Top 10 Mercedes concept cars of all time. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to 10 Focus. In today's video, we're going to talk about top 10 Mercedes concept cars of all time. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Here are the top 10 Mercedes concept cars of all time. 10. Mercedes C111 second 1970s. Not necessarily a modern concept, the C111 series car were test benches for Mercedes experiments with different engines and chassis layouts. The original 1969 C111 had a mid-mounted Wankel rotary engine with 3 rotors, but the following year it was upgraded to a 4-rotor rated at 350 horsepower and 300 miles per hour. Mercedes probably cautions that the rotational force was directed at the DERV drinkers for the C111 second and third, not for them. 9. Mercedes C112 1991. Jumping 20 years ago, the C112 was named the successors of the original and inherited some of its stylistic elements, but it was the piece with completely different points. Mercedes has announced the C112 as a practical counterpart of the Sauber's C11, world sport prototype racer, a supercar concept for assessing the interests of wealthy customers. Equipped with a 408 horsepower 6.0-liter V12, the C112 featured an aluminum and Kevlar body manufactured by Italian coach builder Cogoilo and a coupled aluminum chassis. 8. Mercedes F100 1991. The Stuttgart Skunkworks divisions had another rather more prosaic look concept in the same years as the C112, but one which far more ahead of its time than the stillborn supercar. Alright, so it's not going to be an object of desire, but under and on its skin, the F100 was decades ahead of its time. Here's a quick list of the new technology if showcased, and there's a good chance your modern automobile doesn't have all of them. 7. Mercedes Varia Research Car 1994. It's not a rare puzzle. Whether it's a family vacation station wagon, a sports coupe for commuting alone, a pickup for transportations, or a convertible just because it's sunny, we often don't need the car we have. Now Mercedes tried to solve this first world problem with all 4 cars. The basic design was developed as a full-fledged 4-seater that can be replaced with numerous one-piece body modules to make it a truly multi-purpose vehicle. These were made of carbon fiber reinforced plastic and were lightweight enough to be replaced by a few people. 6. Mercedes F300 Livejet 1997. This just has to be the result of the Oktoberfest bet, right? Or perhaps in the year of the infamous A-Class Elk test rollover. It was an attempt to build a car that wouldn't roll over however hard you tried. There have been many attempts to combine the respective benefits of cars and motorbikes over the years, and every single one, without exceptions, has merely created a mashup of the worst instead. The F300 isn't that much of an exception, since it was rather overweight for a 2-seater at 800 kg and larger than the A-Class on which it was based, despite being a wheel short. 5. Mercedes F-Cell Roadster 2009. As F-Cell Roadster proves, Mercedes management couldn't blame the lack of imaginations. We don't stick to humor stereotypes. In particular, this because it shows an absurd feeling. Manufactured more than 120 years later by founder, what else can we do to celebrate the first car made of fuel cell powered carbon fiber? Never before has a Formula 1 front end, penny farthing wheels, and an emissions-free mid-engine fuel cells with a range of 350 miles. Especially with wooden floors and controls that looks like Atari joysticks, it's unlikely to be another. 4. Mercedes Biome 2010. Well, the brief for this one must have been interesting because when it was presented for the LA Auto Show Design Challenge in 2010, Mercedes said it was grown from seed and powered by plant juice. Incredibly, this didn't win. Maybe it was just too wacky even for the denizens of LA. 3. Vision Mercedes Maybach 6 Cabriolet 2017. Only in this company could the 6 Cabriolet be designed as conventional. It almost seems ordinary in fact, despite being jaw-droppingly pretty. The 6 Cabriolet is a modern interpretation of the old-school land yacht, with a defined emphasis on the yacht, and as befitting any concept of the last few years, is all electric. 2. Mercedes-Benz EQ Silver Aero 2018. By choosing from such large catalog, it must be difficult for Mercedes to choose an iconic car from its history. You can't mistake anything in the original Silver Aero's era. The EQ was inspired by the 1938 W125 record car, equipped with an ice-cooled double-charged V12 due to its very small air intake due to its highly streamlined body. The W125 was driven by Rudolf Caracciola at 268 miles per hour. This record continued until 2017 when it was finally broken by the Koenigsegg Era RS. 1. Vision's Mercedes Simplex 2019. There just has to be a secret cadre of steampunk enthusiasts at Mercedes headquarters. First the F-Cell Roadsters, and then last year the Simplex. Like the Silver Arrow concepts, the Simplex harks back to a past Mercedes models, which was effectively the very first performance car. Breaking away entirely from the horseless carriage design and engineering directions, the 1901 Mercedes 35 horsepower was the suggestions of visionary Emil Jelinek and named after his daughter. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.